Ambivalence. Ambivalence is when you feel two different feelings about something or someone at the same time. It's like having mixed up emotions or thoughts in your mind. It involves experiencing conflicting emotions or thoughts, often characterized by a combination of both positive and negative feelings. When a person is ambivalent, they may feel torn between two or more options or perspectives. They may find it challenging to make a clear decision or commit to a particular course of action because of the competing emotions or thoughts they experience. Ambivalence can arise in various areas of life, such as relationships, career choices, moral dilemmas, and even everyday decisions. It is a common human experience and can reflect the complexity of our emotions and thoughts when faced with conflicting factors or choices. Alfred Hitchcock was known for creating complex characters that embody ambivalence. One notable example is Norman Bates from the film Psycho, 1960. Norman Bates, portrayed by Anthony Perkins, is the owner of the Bates Motel, but beneath his seemingly ordinary and polite exterior lies a deeply disturbed and conflicted individual. Norman Bates initially appears as a shy, mild-mannered young man who is devoted to his mother. However, as the story progresses, the audience discovers the unsettling truth about Norman's psyche. He suffers from dissociative identity disorder, assuming the personality of his deceased mother, whom he has preserved in his mind as a dominant presence. Norman's character evokes a strong sense of ambivalence in the audience. On one hand, viewers sympathize with his troubled past and the emotional turmoil he experiences. They may also feel compassion for his vulnerability and the psychological trauma that led to his fractured identity. On the other hand, Norman is also responsible for a series of brutal murders, making him a disturbed and dangerous individual. Hitchcock masterfully crafts Norman Bates as a character who blurs the lines between victim and perpetrator, engendering conflicting emotions and perceptions. The audience is simultaneously repulsed by his violent actions while being compelled to understand the psychological complexities that drive him. This duality of empathy and revulsion creates a profound sense of ambivalence, leaving a lasting impact on viewers long after the film's conclusion. One example of ambivalence in literature can be found in Fyodor Dostoevsky's novel, Crime and Punishment. Published in 1866, the novel delves into the psychological turmoil of its protagonist, Rodin Raskolnikov, as he contemplates and carries out a heinous crime. Ambivalence is deeply woven into the narrative and characterization of Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov, a former law student, plans and executes the murder of a pawnbroker, believing it to be a justified act for the greater good. However, throughout the novel, Raskolnikov experiences intense inner conflict and moral turmoil, which generates ambivalent emotions in the reader. On one hand, the novel explores Raskolnikov's motivations and justifications for his crime, presenting thought-provoking philosophical arguments about the nature of morality and the limits of human actions. This intellectual exploration can lead readers to consider complex moral questions and empathize with Raskolnikov's struggle to reconcile his actions. On the other hand, the novel also emphasizes the devastating consequences of Raskolnikov's crime, both on himself and those around him. As the story unfolds, Raskolnikov's guilt intensifies, leading to a profound internal battle between his rationalizations and the overwhelming weight of his conscience. This internal conflict creates a sense of ambivalence in the reader, as they navigate their own judgments and emotional responses to Raskolnikov's actions. Dostoevsky's skillful portrayal of Raskolnikov's ambivalence in Crime and Punishment forces readers to grapple with complex moral dilemmas and question the boundaries of right and wrong. The novel challenges preconceived notions of morality and human nature, leaving a lasting impact and inviting introspection into the complexities of the human psyche. One example of ambivalence in art can be found in the famous painting, The Persistence of Memory, 1931, by Salvador Dali. This surrealist artwork depicts a barren landscape with melting clocks draped over various objects, including a tree branch and a distorted face. The painting evokes a sense of ambivalence through its dreamlike and irrational composition. The persistence of memory presents a juxtaposition of familiar and distorted elements, creating a disorienting and ambiguous atmosphere. The melting clocks symbolize the fluidity and relativity of time, challenging the viewer's perception of reality and stability. The landscape itself is barren and desolate, further contributing to the sense of uncertainty and ambivalence. The ambiguous and dreamlike quality of the painting invites conflicting interpretations and emotions. On one hand, the melting clocks and distorted forms can evoke a feeling of anxiety or unease. The surrealistic imagery challenges our sense of certainty and stability, prompting questions about the nature of time and existence. On the other hand, the painting's rich symbolism and unique visual language can also be seen as intriguing and thought-provoking, inviting contemplation and fascination. The persistence of memory embodies ambivalence through its ability to simultaneously evoke conflicting emotions and interpretations. It challenges our understanding of reality, time, and the familiar, leaving viewers with a sense of ambiguity and fascination as they navigate the intricacies of Dali's surrealistic world. One example of ambivalence in sculpture can be seen in the work of Auguste Rodin, particularly in his sculpture, The Thinker. The sculpture embodies ambivalence through its contemplative pose and the conflicting emotions it evokes in viewers. On one hand, The Thinker exudes a sense of intellectual and reflective introspection, inviting admiration for the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. The figure's powerful physique conveys strength and determination, emphasizing the intellectual prowess required for deep thought. On the other hand, there is an element of uncertainty and ambiguity in the sculpture. The figure's hunched posture and furrowed brow suggest the weight of deep contemplation, perhaps struggling with complex thoughts or grappling with existential questions. This ambivalence can resonate with viewers, as it reflects the internal conflicts and uncertainties that are inherent in the human experience. Moreover, Rodin intentionally left the identity and specific purpose of The Thinker open to interpretation, further contributing to its ambivalence. One example of ambivalence in Beethoven's music can be observed in his Symphony No. 5 in C minor, Op. 67. This iconic symphony, composed between 1804 and 1808, is renowned for its powerful and dramatic nature. In the first movement of Symphony No. 5, Beethoven introduces the famous four-note motif that repeats throughout the piece. This motif carries a sense of relentless drive and intensity, creating a mood of tension and conflict. The symphony's ambivalence lies in its ability to convey both struggle and triumph simultaneously. Throughout the symphony, Beethoven incorporates contrasting themes and emotions. Moments of darkness and turmoil are juxtaposed with moments of triumph and resolution. The music fluctuates between minor and major keys, creating a constant interplay between struggle and release, uncertainty and clarity. Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 showcases his ability to capture the complexities of human emotion through music. Its ambivalence lies in its ability to simultaneously convey struggle and triumph, uncertainty and resolution, leaving a lasting impact on the listener's emotional experience. Ambivalence, with its inherent contradictions and conflicting emotions, is an integral part of what it means to be human. It reminds us of the intricacies and multifaceted nature of our experiences, challenging simplistic categorizations and inviting deeper exploration. By embracing ambivalence, we cultivate empathy, expand our perspectives, and develop a greater capacity to navigate the complexities of life. As we embrace the duality of ambivalence, we embark on a path of self-discovery, understanding, and a more profound connection with the world around us.